Both historical and contemporary literature, though the latter being of a more confused and imprecise nature, is replete with notions of what it means to be a man in any given society. However, if being a man in any of these schemas means anything remotely less than being an entity deeply infused with the will to express true individuality, and to stand naked before reality with the utmost sense of truth and integrity, then I cannot conceive of such a being as a man at all. To what end is a man truly a man if he is not fully himself? In what possible sense is a man truly a man if he cannot stand before reality as an individual and declare, "I am what I am"? Is it enough that he is a father, a husband, a lawmaker and jurist, a provider, and a protector? Is it enough that he is willing to sacrifice himself, in every possible sense, for a society that is grounded in egotism and falsity? Hardly. For a man to truly stand before reality as an individual, he must first aspire to an understanding of that reality. Otherwise he stands nowhere but knee-deep in muck. Wisdom is the true destiny and completion of man. Man is incomplete without it. It is part of the nature of consciousness that it seeks to fulfill itself. That is to say, to be certain about those things from which certainty may be gleaned. And to the degree that any given person is conscious, to that degree he will aspire to truth because he suffers for his ignorance, his lack of completion. Unfortunately, certain intellectual and social forces have conspired to strip modern society and modern man of all ideality. No longer is any such completion, such certainty, deemed possible. Therefore man is left in psychological and spiritual limbo, the social effects of which are all too obvious. The increased feminization of both society and men, the embracing of mediocrity and the democratic pragmatism associated with it, increased male youth suicide, the diminution of masculine influence in the lives of young people. Yet, as socially damaging as all these effects may be, nevertheless the true man has the capacity to stand apart from it all and strive for the completion of his own individual self. His duty to himself, if not any other, is to embrace his reason, take heed of his conscience, and realize that the continual existential crisis he finds himself in can never be truly abated without the fulfillment of the natural destiny of that consciousness. The forces of modern society lure man to find himself outside of himself, outside of mind and contemplation. But this is madness, as the only thing that can authentically take a man outside of himself is if he is reborn as a woman. To my horror, more and more men are seemingly thus being reborn. However, what is lost in them is not lost in me. These others and society in general represent only one dimension of my purpose and values. The primary one relates to me personally. It is about my personal relationship to reality and involves no other. So ought it be. Indeed, so must it be, for each of us, if we are to be real men.